Good afternoon. I am happy to be here. I want to tell you all, I woke up this morning a little nervous. Not about the speech, but about whether this cap would fit on my big fat head. I got one of the biggest heads in America. It's like a watermelon, but they finally found a hat to fit me. Before I get into my talk, I want to begin by giving you words that I never want you to forget for the rest of your life, or your parents to forget for the rest of their lives, or your grandchildren to forget for the rest of their lives. It goes like this. If you've been injured in an automobile accident, hurt on the job, or the victim of medical malpractice, and you don't call me after me coming all this way, I might be pissed. I will not say Morgan & Morgan for the people today, but what I will say is Morgan & Morgan for the Rattlers. I want to thank Dr. Robinson for inviting me here. The job you have done at this university is second to none. I bring greetings to Dr. Robinson from my law partner, Belvin Perry, who's not here today, but is watching me on camera, he said. So hello, Belvin, back in Orlando, Florida. First, let me begin by congratulating all of you and your families for this momentous day. It was a long, hard climb. A few years ago, you were learning your ABCs, and you leave here after studying physics, mathematics, science, and many other disciplines that you will take with you to your next endeavor. Today, tonight, let's thank all those teachers you met along the way. Teachers are America's unsung heroes. And a huge thanks to your parents and family who encouraged you and traveled here today. Most have been with you your whole ride. This road was a hard road, like an obstacle course. Classes, tests, standardized tests, going from grade to grade, school to school, until you finished here today. Today, all of you start from the same starting blocks, all equal in what comes next in life. Life is now a jump ball. Some will go straight into the real world, and some still have more tests and school ahead. But all of you start fresh, and your future is whatever you decide to make it. Whatever you do, don't be driven by money. I have found in my life that when money drives you, you make less money and sometimes take shortcuts. Greed is not good. Instead, be driven by purpose and passion. If you love what you do, work is not work. The hours breeze by. So many people wake up, dress, put their key in the ignition, and take a deep sigh. They hate where they're going and what they do. When you do what you love to do, the hours fly by. You don't need an alarm to wake up, and weekends come too soon. When you pursue your passion, you will ride a rocket ship in life. As you embark on a path to success, I want to challenge you today to also embark on a path to significance. Success and significance are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they should go together. Once upon a time, I was in a partnership with the great Johnny Cochran. I was honored to be a pallbearer at Johnny's funeral. Johnny used to say to all of us, "You can do well and do good." He said it all the time, and he was right. When you're my age and look back, you'll be amazed at how life turned out. You will have done things you never imagined. You will visit places that seem far-fetched today. Life will be a total surprise. In life, you will take many turns and many roads. You will constantly be coming to intersections and will have to decide whether to go right, left, or straight ahead. Sometimes, when you hit a dead end, you'll have to go in reverse and start anew. And that's okay, because failure can be your friend. The lessons learned in a failed attempt turn out to be the building blocks in your next chapter. The turns you will take will determine your path and your life. Many times we hear the word visionary. He's a visionary. She's a visionary. But many of us have ideas and plans and dreams. But most of those visions and dreams sit in our minds forever for many reasons, never realized. When I was a boy, I worked at Disney World years ago. I loved everything about it and everything about Walt Disney. Next to his statue on Main Street were 4 words: dream it, do it. There is a big difference in dreaming and living your dream. For you all, my hope is that you get to live your dream. Visionaries are a dime a dozen, but the vision maker is the rarity. That is the person who lives their dream. Living your dream is very, very hard, because in the process there are vision blockers who will try and keep you still for many reasons. Vision blockers come in many forms. Believe it or not, some of our own family members and friends would rather a total stranger win the lottery than you. I can't explain it, but it's true. Of course, there are also family members and friends who will always cheer you on and always be there for you, but jealousy and envy are real emotions that can sometimes come from people closest to us. You may find yourself in a comfortable job with security. Your life partner may be risk adverse and stop you from swinging for the fences. It doesn't make them bad, just cautious. A serious vision blocker can be other people's success that we become obsessed with and fixated on. First of all, as we all know now, what we see on Facebook is not reality. Facebook is not reality. I see people who just filed for bankruptcy and the next week in Las Vegas partying. Remember this, all that glitters is not gold. Perception can become reality, and that reality can block you from keeping your eyes on your dreams and goals. Put blinders on. Don't covet your neighbor's goods. Instead, focus on your vision with ruthless determination. And remember this, comparison is the thief of joy. Find your joy in your own accomplishments. And the ultimate vision blocker can be you. Fear, laziness, lack of confidence. My advice when that happens, get on the horse. If you're thrown off the horse, get back on the horse. As you go forward, remember some of these rules. Do what you say you're going to do. Keep your word. It's your most valuable asset. Put God and your family first. They will always love you, even when you fail. And God and your family will be the ones that help you back up. Some days will be hard. You will feel like stopping or quitting. You'll be exhausted and spent. When this happens, I want to tell you a story that I hope you remember forever. Once upon a time, the two greatest fighters in the world was Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. They both had fought each other twice, and they had both won once. They had this epic fight in Manila. For some of you dads and moms, you will remember the Thrilla in Manila, the greatest fight in the history of boxing. As they're having this fight, it goes 14 rounds. It's an epic fight. It's a war. They're wailing on each other. They're drenched with sweat. They're drenched in exhaustion. They go to their corner for the 15th round. When Joe Frazier sat down in his corner, Eddie Futch, his cornerman, saw his eye, and it was totally closed. He couldn't see. Eddie said, "Champ, you can't go out there. He'll destroy you. You cannot go out there." Joe Frazier said, "Boss, don't stop this fight." In the other corner was Muhammad Ali. Unbeknownst to the Joe Frazier corner, Muhammad Ali told Angelo Dundee, "Cut my gloves off. I can't finish. I can't even stand up." And then the bell rang. Ding, ding, ding. When you go back and look at this fight, you'll see Bundini Brown pushing Ali off the stool, and he stood up. When Eddie Futch saw Ali stand up, he took the towel and he threw it in, and he said, "Joe, it's over." When you watch the film, you'll see Ali take a step and then collapse on the canvas. He didn't even have the energy to go to the middle of the ring. But because he answered the bell that day, Muhammad Ali became known to all of us as the greatest. So, one thing to remember when things get tough along the way and you don't think you can go another step, remember that story and answer the bell. And while you're having your success, don't forget about significance. As I said before, they're not mutually exclusive. When I was sitting where you all were years ago at the University of Florida, I came from a very poor family, but I had great hope that day because my education had leveled my playing field. And I knew that I could do anything I wanted to do. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I ultimately went and worked and got some money, go to law school, then came back and went to University of Florida Law School. But then I set out in life. And in life, yes, you're looking for success, but you need to be looking for significance at the same time. In the beginning, when I was just starting out, and my wife and I, it seemed like we were having a baby every single year. I'm not going to say anything more about that. But I didn't have money to do things to be significant, but I did have something very valuable. I had time. I could coach. I taught Sunday school. I had a Big Brother program. Volunteering is a wonderful thing to do. Later in life, as I was still seeking significance, as Dr. Robinson said, I decided my brother, when he was 18, was paralyzed in a terrible accident. His injury has driven my life and driven my career. Because he was a quadriplegic, he had debilitating pain. And he was on so many drugs, it was unbearable. That is why I decided to have the constitutional amendment to legalize medical marijuana. I don't know anything about marijuana. The first time I did it, I failed. I only got 58% of the vote. You have to get 60. But as I told you earlier, failure can be your friend. And I learned a lot from that failure. And I learned what I did wrong and what I did right, and I went back out and did it again. Now remember, I'm spending tens of millions of dollars for this to happen. You got to get so many signatures and so many votes, but I learned from my failure, and I went back out, and we passed it the next time with 72% of the vote. I then took that lesson because I believe in America that the great divide has to do with a fair wage. And I took my lessons from the medical marijuana initiative, and I did another initiative to raise the minimum wage in Florida to $15 an hour. And we did that too. In my life, I've had some great successes. I represented black farmers in an historic case where President Obama, who came to my house as president, signed into law, where we recovered $1.2 billion. I represented people in the BP oil spill. Today, if you look at the Wall Street Journal, you'll see my case on the front page where we settled a case today against Juul for $1.7 billion. We have collected over $15 billion in my career, but I want to tell you this. Of all those wins where I made money, where I felt the best about was the initiative for the medical marijuana and the living wage. People come up to me and thank me and thank me and thank me. That has meant more to me than anything I've ever done. So when you go out, volunteer, have a place in your heart for the hopeless, the powerless, and the helpless. From time to time, do me a favor. Look at your checkbook and look at your calendar. And when you do, you're going to be looking right into your own heart and into your own soul. You can have both success and significance at the same time. Not later when you're rich. Significance while you live life is worth riches money can't buy. I want to leave you with a prayer by Mother Teresa, and it goes like this: the fruit of silence is prayer. The fruit of prayer is faith. The fruit of faith is love. The fruit of love is service to each other. And the fruit of service is peace. Many rich people have money, but no peace. Many poor people have peace, but no money. So, do me a favor. Go change the world. Dare to be great. Do good and do well. Dream it and do it. Show up. Be on time. Be early. Remember, comparison is the thief of joy. All that glitters is not gold. Greed is not good. And failure can be your friend. Find purpose and passion in all you do. And always, always answer the bell. Go be great. Go from here to success and significance. Thank you for letting me share this day with you, and may God bless you in all you do.
Thank you, Rattlers. Can we have another rattler round of applause for your commencement speaker? Mr. Morgan, if you would please join me at the podium, please. I am honored to present the President's Award to Mr. John Morgan for serving as the 2022 Fall Commencement Speaker, presented on this 9th day of December, 2022. Thank you, sir.